Lost connection, try switching between data and Wi-Fi. Good connection, that's what we need. That's what we need. That there. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. She shut me down, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. My lover shot me down. Bum, 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 bum. I hit the ground, bang, bang. Da 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 da. Thanks, Jaden. One day we'll draw a turtle. And hi, Sam Josh. Morning, Seb. Oh, g'day, Nova. How you doing? Okay, so we're coming to the evening here in New Zealand. So don't be surprised if there is mosquitoes coming out. But I've come prepared. And the weather here is pretty. I've been out most of the day. I wanted to paint all day, but I've been out most of the day. Picking up polymer liquid glass. So polymer liquid glass is the stuff that I coat paintings with to make them nice and shiny, to make them all special, blah blah blah. I'm just putting this on preemptively. There we go. There we go. I put it on preemptively so don't get bitten. So sorry, polymer liquid glass is the stuff that I put on the paintings between layers to thicken it and make it all crazy like. So I was there talking with the owner of Liquid Polymer Glass today and getting that all sorted so we can get these commissions looking beautiful on Thursday. Now let's just perfect. Sorry about the little sway going on with the camera. It'll stop. Hello. Because you're hanging literally by a thread in the tree. Because I lost my stand. Well, I didn't lose it. I left it in the studio. So you're just going to keep doing that, aren't you? I'm going to tie you up around here. There we go. So you're on a thread. So I'll try not to touch the screen too much so I don't give anyone motion sickness. What are we painting? Probably been asked 200 times. I have been asked, but I haven't answered it yet. I'm so sorry. So this one here is going to be a picture of, I've got it in here. Dun, 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 dun. We're painting a wedding photo, which is really exciting. Now, with a wedding photo, it's more important than ever that we start with a whole bunch of abstract saturated color and then pull into realism. So here's our photo, guys. There we are. It's a lovely photo. There's a lot of color in it. There's a lot of textures to work with. It's gonna be fun. G'day, Yogi. I see a really big branch. Not near me, but there are branches around me. Hello from Mexico, welcome. And I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, lovely couple. So I don't know them personally. I've spoken to the lady and we'll be doing this picture together. Huge fan of it though. If I bring it over here for us to look at, a couple of cool things about it. A lot of warmth in the skin tones. The lighting's done well. The photographer's nailed it in terms of there's no dark patches. With paint, those can come out quite tough. The jacket here is not flat. It's got creases in it, which is perfect. That's going to come out really fun with paint. There's texture down here, but it's single colored, so that'll be fun. The dress isn't just white. It's got textures and it's got ripples in it, which is also fun to paint. And the background, large saturated colors, big expressive moments in it. So we can actually have a lovely picture here with an explosion of a background coming out and warm colors in the middle. I'm excited. G'day guys, what colors am I using? I've got no idea yet. I can't wait to find out. Thanks, Stephen. And do you first outline your drawings? Because I like the mistakes I make. I like the mistakes, and I like slowly bringing it into to kilter as I do more layers. I like it when you can see that an artist has made not a mistake, we'll call it a happy mistake, with a line. I am in the backyard. I am in my backyard. Yes, true, 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 true. Well, not my backyard. It's someone else's backyard, but this is where I rent. So there you have it. Right. A little bit on that. I'm going to put this up here. And I think this time only. Thinking, at least stick it with me. Are other people struggling with this connection? I'm so sorry. Is it better now? It's just connected to the, sorry about the waving too there, guys. I think it's the wind a little bit. It's connected to the Wi-Fi at the house now, so it should be better. G'day, Singing Dino. And I'm speaking English. Yeah, bear with it too. It's catching the wind, that's why it sways a little bit. So if it gets too rough, guys, I'll try and find like, what could I use? I'll get like a bar chair or something. Yeah, that waving's gonna frustrate you. I'm gonna find a solution right now. I think I got it. Okay, here's what I got. I stand this straight up and down. How high is it? That'll be perfect. Connection feels good, fantastic. I'm going to put this behind that. And now you're safe from the wind. You're welcome. But if a big gust blows, it'll fall over and then it will be all crazy. Yeah, it was sort of fun, but I'm worried that someone might get motion sickness. So I'm trying to be sympathetic for all the things that we can run into. Okay. Just taking my shirt down. Right, so to be fun today, I've got everything we need. It is a commission piece, Sam, from Warehouse Stationery. That's why it's in this little reflex box here. Everything we need. It is a commission piece, Sam, from Warehouse Stationery. That's why it's in this little reflex box here. Back. Yeah, I've got connection back. Sorry guys, if it breaks out on you, I apologise. So, $30. We've got these 3 brushes bought individually, and tell us a joke. I don't have one. You put me on the spot. I failed you, Daniel. I'm sorry. These 3 brushes, bought in a set, these 2. So, that's the brushes we're using. And then, I'll bring my box over to you guys. Our tape. You don't think you'd need it, but always buy tape. You never know. Good to have some tape. You don't know what needs taping where. We've taped our image up. That was handy. Let's have a look in my box. They didn't have black, so I've gone for a dark blue, which is absolutely fine. I've got my yellow. Now I bought all these ones. These are the $12 colours. They've got $24 ones. You don't need to buy the fancy ones. Just get the basic ones because we can mix anything we want. Red, orange, black. Oh no, that's white. White. Yes, it will be, and that's what we're starting with. Dark blue. Dark blue. We're painting this picture here of, I don't think it's big enough there for you guys. Last time I'm showing you though, and it's all going in the box. These are also from Warehouse Stationery. I want to print off the images. There we go. That's what we're doing. These 2. So we're starting abstract, and then we're going to bring the realism into it. Thank you so much, Karen. And watermelon. Max, request to say watermelon. Watermelon. Do you recommend painting in black and white first for beginners? No, use colour. Colour's the fun of it. Just have fun when things aren't going in the right place. If you're trying to paint realism as a beginner, don't beat yourself up. It takes years and years to learn how to paint things perfectly. So enjoy being a little more abstract with it. And yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it. You can see my belt. That's because my shirt's tucked in. That would make sense. So yep, there's the picture. Now, there's one other thing I need. And I don't have it because my preparation's terrible. I'm going to need to grab myself a paint palette, which, as you guys know, I'm going to use a plate. So I'm going to sneakily go grab a plate, and I'm going to try and choose one of the worst plates so my flatmates don't notice that I stole one of our plates to do some painting. Promise you guys won't tell. Give me 30 seconds. One moment. I'm back, and I'm sorry. Late. Okay. I will check back in. Your sessions bring many joy. Myself and oh, thank you so much. So 30. You're not here. We come. Yes. So I am. What am I now? I'm like 35 days off being 30, which is exciting. Does your belt have a logo in the middle? Want to buy for a birthday gift? No, it doesn't. My partner got it for me in Sydney. I broke a belt, and so she got a very thoughtful gift of a real belt. I really like this one. It's black. I can wear it with everything. It looks nice. It looked at me first. I don't get it. Are we breaking things today? We should not be breaking anything, apart from new frontiers in the world of art. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. We have some fun. Did you say 35 days from being 30? I'm currently 29. I turned 30 on January 12th, so it's about to be all on, gang. Now, because we're having some fun with a base coat, I'm not even going to mix even one drop of water in with the paint. We're going to use a paint straight from the tube, Van Gogh style. And for those who think you don't say Van Gogh like Van Gogh, you're right. That's how the Americans say it. If you want to say Van Gogh like the Dutch, you say Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Van. Yeah. So, but if you are American, I think the correct way to say it in America is Van. So, let me get some more actually. You do you. Hello, Christian. Welcome. We're going to use a lot of blue. Look at all that blue. We're going to use all of that. What did you just call me? Farty B? I didn't call you anything. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't dare call you anything apart from a splendid individual. Right. I'm gonna... This brush is just too big. That is excessive. That's I'm glad we've got this, but we don't need that. This brush is too small. We don't want to be here all night. Well, we could be, but it'd be preferable to use the middle one. There we go. Right. Now I'm going to put it on straight, but I'm not going to put it on too thick. Because if I put it on too thick, I'm going to have a issue putting other colours on later. It'll all get too mixed. And Fiona, thank you for the rose. You're the best. Painting a fence. I'm not painting a fence, but we could be painting a fence. It is on the cards. Right, let's mark out some areas. Like I say, guys, we do not want a subject to show up straight away. These are the early layers. We're having fun. Don't strangle your early layers. Let them just be what they want to be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be, don't. Boom, 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 boom. Do 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 do. Here we go. Just like that. Paint you next, Ava. I'm so sorry. This is the focus of today, this painting here, but you know what? One day we might paint you. It's not off the cards. One day. One day. One day. Bada bing bang boom. And I'm so sorry, guys, I did not figure out yet how to set moderators for the stream. So, next time I will sort you out. Thanks, Ace. Appreciate you. And Christian, you're the bomb too. Paint should not be eaten. Paint is very much so going to be bad for you. Acrylic's going to be better for you than oils, but I recommend not eating either. It's going to end very poorly for you. I appreciate all your questions about paint though. That's very exciting. But I'm going to pause you on those paint questions until the end of the stream. Because I think everyone else is intelligent enough to know not to eat paint. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. So like I was saying, we're doing abstract first, and then, only then, once it's wonderful and abstract, do we bring it in to the realms of realism. Only then. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Not tomorrow, but the next day, I will be spending the day glazing the work we've already done. So this painting will be getting glazed because it'll be dry by then. The other painting we did yesterday and the portrait, all of them glazed together into a finished result. Very exciting. Oh, that's awesome, Sam. Sam, Josh, if you start painting again, then we're here for all the right reasons. So that would be incredibly wholesome. And once we get a schedule going, of course, once I start showing up regularly, you can even paint with me. How fun would that be? Thank you very much, Fiona. Is that your wedding pic? It's not my wedding pic, but it's someone's wedding pic. And I've been given the responsibility, the pleasure, the whatever you'd call it, of turning this wedding pic into magic. As best as I can do. No, not that one. I'm going to go like this. And just lower down the side a little bit. Come on. Come on. Let it be, let it be. Sorry guys, just working with some slope territory here. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking to it. A little bit more. There we go. You don't need it tight if it's a board, but it is nice to have it. It's a very stable unit. Sorry if I missed. Where is your live? We are in Tauranga. No, we're not. We're in Auckland. Auckland. Now, I'm just thinking out loud, Ed Sheeran style. Yes. Yes, yes. Ooh. Ooh. That will work. One moment, guys. Didn't mean to bail on you again and again and again and again, but I need this little stick because this little stick is going to play a very, very important role in a second. I can already see the details, but you make it look like you're painting randomly. Yeah, so you will start to see the details, but it's going to take some time before the actual picture is completed because we're just adding depth to the work. Now bear with me. We're going to try something new. And it's going to be funky. It's going to be special. And it might not work. One and two and three and four. Almost done. Almost done. One and two and three and four. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. If anyone's figured out what the plan is so far, that's very exciting. If you haven't yet, prepare to be amazed. Dun 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 dun. That doesn't even go out that far. I can bring it in more than that, actually. Here we go. Look at that. Oh my god. Someone get that man a beer. Alright, if you missed it in the background, what we did was we angle. So that way I can paint the whole thing by myself. Very exciting. So, we are painting the blues on first. I would use black. I didn't buy black. Is that Jibboard? It is not Jibboard Mia, but you're so close. This is Masonite, so it's hardboard. The reason you want to use Masonite over the likes of MDF or Jib is because Masonite's got no additives, so it will last sort of forever. It's perfectly flat on one side to paint on, and it won't flex as much as you paint it. So this is what you want. If you go into a hardware store like Home Depot or Mitre 10, they might be like, I don't know what you mean by Masonite. Just say hardboard. Most of them will know what you're meaning in that case. And also what you'll find is that hardboard is darker. So you can go in there and look for it yourself. It's very hard to miss. Yeah, and they'll usually have it cut up in smaller pieces. So sometimes you don't even need the skills to chop it up. So that's wholesome. Okay, if you missed it before, we are doing abstract first. Abstract first and foremost. And the reason I start with abstract is because I find I can go from abstract to realism better than I can go from realism to abstract. So here we are. Bum, 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 bum. He's a little bit more broad than that, so we'll bring him out there a little bit more. There we go. Hello. Then down the bottom here. With a board too, guys, Masonite, or even a canvas, go right around the edges. Give yourself that option to leave it unframed. So with this piece, we're going to put a frame on it, a light one just around the outside, but if I go around the outside, it'll protect the Masonite better. So it'll actually stop it from, although it won't take on water, not easily at all, it'll give it the extra layer of protection by putting it around it. So yeah, I hope I made that clear. Not sure if I did. I did my best. I think that's the important thing. Now, if I do miss anyone's questions, I am so very sorry, but you can go into my bio. There is a website in the bio, and there is also a link to my Instagram and all the rest of it. So you can ask questions via Instagram, you can follow the Instagram, you can check out other paintings on Facebook. Most importantly, what paintings look like when they're finished, because I like to show the process, but sometimes it's fun to see a finished piece. And you can also, if you're interested and you've got special wedding photos or whatever you like, you can order commissions via the website or reach out to me direct. Both are cool. Did you say there was no, there's not a Twitter link. I'm sorry, I'm not cool enough for Twitter, but there is Instagram and there is a website. So that's fun. We are outside today, John. Welcome. I heard someone say they're going to order me. You can do that. There's actually a link on the website where you can order the painter out to you. And it's really funny because, I say it's funny, it's actually coming up. I might be flying to the US shortly. It's in the early stages, but might go to the US shortly to paint one of those really expensive bags. I'm going to do an impressionist work on one of those bags, maybe. We'll see. But look, the point of it is, if you like the art, you can check it out there. Finished products, commissions, all the things, all the things. Okay, don't be picky with where the paint goes, guys. This is the early layers. This is your chance, if you're doing your own art, to have some fun. If you get it in the wrong place, who cares? You can fix it later. You just need to put paint on canvas. That's the key. At the moment, the faces are too far apart, but she'll pull in. Yeah, she needs to come to the left a bit more. It'll all work out. That's you in the picture, it's not me in the picture. Unless you're talking about the picture on your phone with a little box, in which case, it's me. Let's make an exhibition. We can. That could be a thing. I can be your local US travel guide. That is an incredibly nice thing to offer. Incredibly nice thing to offer. It will be quite a short, sharp trip though. It'll be get over there, get the job, the artwork completed, and that'll be the #1 focus. Get that done right. And then we'll see where we go from there. But you never know. You never know. Okay. Now there's some areas here that I know are going to be blue, so I'm adding the paint a little bit thicker in those areas because it's not going to change later on in this coat. It's going to stay that colour. That's good enough. That's good, that's good. We're going to switch brushes now, but where to put this one? I'm going to put it over here by you guys so you can look after that. Appreciate you. Let me have a look-see here. Next colour, it's going to be green. We're on that. And I buy permanent green light. Why? Because it's the cheapest Series 2 paint. Series paint usually, hold on. Series for paints usually means how much it costs with Acrylic paints. And so if you're buying Series 13, it might cost $22 a tube, $26 a tube. If you're buying Series 1 or 2, it's going to cost $10 to $14 a tube. So I prefer, because the paint's the same quality, I prefer the lower series of paints, and then I'll mix my own colours out of them. Good way to actually keep the cost of work down, keep your costs down, and there's nothing wrong with the colours. I mean, look at that green. That is a wholesome green. Typical Kiwi fashion right there with the jandals. It is. But the jandals are actually from America. They are, I bought them in America. They're a brand called Eco jandals. Okay, we'll build this out a little bit here. There we go. It's a little bit saturated, but I don't mind because, like I say, this is the early layers. We can do what we like. So, here we are. Here we are. Okay. Add those greens in there. Do not be picky, guys. Early layers is not your chance to be picky. Early layers is your chance to have fun. on the paint where you think it should go, and do not beat it up too much. And you've made a mistake, I keep saying this, but you've made a mistake if it looks like the picture. When you start, it does not want to look like the picture, it wants to look like an absolute mess. If you can already see this man or this picture starting to come to shape, then I'm making a mistake, because it wants to just be wild and abstract to start with. These colours want to go down and have some fun, and it wants to slowly come out of that. Jandals, thongs you would call them. Then you are from Australia, aren't you? We call them jandals in New Zealand. So that's where we're at. Flip-flops, yes, another name for it. So that's another thing you can do. We're going to add this green in here because it's such a wholesome colour. This is excellent. I'm enjoying this green. And like I say, we've got to make sure we don't see people. We have to try and see shapes, colours and tones. Because if we start seeing people, we'll just have two awkward characters in the middle of no background. But we want real characters as much as the background. All those important fun ways. Now, the dress will catch us out here, guys, because the dress is actually white and black. So the temptation here is to wait till you've got grey or white and black to actually paint the dress. Don't do that. Have some fun with colour. Doesn't need to end up being green, but the fun thing about that is later on, those colours will still be underneath, having some fun, stirring up there, enjoying themselves. So I can see an abstract version of the guy, but nothing of the girl. That's because the girl is probably more, she's got more light colours on her, where there's guys in a suit. So we'll slowly start seeing her coming out as we add more of the funky colours in there. How long does it take to do a commission piece like this? This piece is going to take anywhere between 7 and 15 hours. I say 7 and 15 because when you're doing something that's more abstract, it's not a linear process. It goes up and down. If I nail all the layers we're doing, we're going to go woof, hit it straight away on 7 hours. If I don't nail it, which, I mean, it's called life, we make happy little mistakes, things change, it's going to go like this. And if it goes like this, this takes longer than this. So it can go up to 15 hours. Or it could go longer. There's no guarantee that I'll get it, you know, it's, it is what it is. I don't think I've failed a piece before, guys, but I have had to really go back to the drawing board and go again and again and again. There's a few pieces where I've done that, and my general rule, guys, is you know the painting's finished and it's ready to be given away as a commission when you have when you're not ready to give it away. When you feel like you want to keep it, when you've got so attached to it that you love what you've made that you'd actually prefer to refund the person and keep it, that's when you've done just the right amount on it and you give the painting to the person. If you're in a stage where you think, God, I hope they like it, I really don't want to keep it, that needs more work. The commission's not finished. You've got to get to that place with the artwork where you'll be just as happy to refund them and keep it. That's when you've put that artwork to the right place. So sadly, that means you're always giving away stuff that you really, really like. But that's why the people are here, because they want to share that with you, and you want to share that with them. How long have I been painting this piece? What would you give me, guys? 20 minutes? 30 minutes? 15 minutes? If I stop talking, 5 minutes? Is this acrylic? It is acrylic. Hello. What's my inspiration? All sorts of things, guys. All sorts of things are my inspiration. I like, if you talk about artists, we're talking Van Gogh, Van Gogh, we're talking, who else are we talking? Picasso. I love Van Gogh and Picasso, guys. I'm old school. I'm old school. They're my favourite by a long shot. That's absolutely true. I'm making a print for a friend of mine for Christmas and can't give it up. Yep, bang on. And when that print reaches a stage where you really, really want to keep it, and you're thinking that, oh my God, maybe I should go to Briscoe's and buy my friend a new dinner set or something, or anything other than giving him this print because I've actually fallen in love with it, bang, you've reached the right space. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Any women artists or just men? I think most artists I think a large portion of artists are women. When I was in art school, there was a lot of art classes where there was just me and like one other guy. Alicia, thank you so much for the paper crane. Love you, appreciate it. Was there a time, like self-doubt got you? Self-doubt gets me all the time, guys. That is a real thing. No matter how good you get, I don't think, I feel as much self-doubt now as I felt in university, as I felt in high school, as I felt in primary school. So let me just reassure you that that self-doubt's not going anywhere. You need to find your own methods for dealing with self-doubt. Whatever you're doing, whether it's sport, whether it's painting, whether it's singing. From my experience, it's going nowhere. Learn how to live with it. And for me, usually that means sometimes just returning to basics and painting for myself. Starting something that's not a commission, something that I'm making solely so I can fall in love with it. And that brings me back to thinking, actually, I can make special things for other people because I know I can make special things for me. And that's how I deal with self-doubt. But you'll have your own methods. Do your own thing. If my advice helps, that's cool. If it doesn't, ignore me, because I don't think there's any advice that goes for everyone. We're going to use white now for the sake of it. Thanks for the roses, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, takes a little bit of paint there. Thanks, Beth. Appreciate that. Are you using the scrubbling technique for this painting? I don't know what the scrubbling technique is, but typically in art school, guys, and like art history and things, when you study this sort of stuff, it gets quite specialized. You focus on certain areas. So, yeah. Please, don't test me on artists. Don't test me on places and things like that. I'll fail. I studied specific periods. I actually looked into history of photography, of all things. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, here we go. Look at this. This is her veil, although we're not seeing a veil. Remember that. We're only seeing shapes. God, she's got a really cool dress on, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for the fire. You're the best. New Zealand's a great place. New Zealand is a great place. And this, can you believe it? This is my backyard. So when I was telling you I was moving to Auckland, this is where I've moved to. This is where I've moved to. So lucky me. I think it's sort of northish. Sort of northish. Sort of northish. And what we're going to notice here is just in between the faces is some shapes. It's the background, but if we were painting faces, we'd ignore this, but we're not. This is the major part in here. Here we go, and that connects down here. Fantastic. Where is this? This is Auckland. This is Auckland. This isn't the studio. It's a lovely day. So we're painting outside. I had to wait. I would have painted earlier in the day, but what happened was the, sorry guys, I was going to paint earlier in the day, but the sun was out, and I got really sunburnt yesterday doing that portrait. I was enjoying being with you guys, so I just hung out in the sun, and I got way too much sun. I literally came home, had like 7 glasses of water, and I was like, ooh, your boy's a little sunstruck. But recovered, and then went into the studio and did that other painting for a bit longer, which you'll see tomorrow when we cover them all in liquid glass. Liquid glass. The studio is what you make it. Love the vibe. Thanks, Just Beth. Yeah, you're 100% right. And when I yarn about the Corona studio, this isn't a studio. This is a garage that I've converted into a studio. Well, I say converted into a studio. I called a garage a studio. Garages are great. don't bag on a garage. A garage door comes up so you can air the whole room out. The garage has a great floor for getting paint all over. The garage, usually no one goes in there or cares about it. It's your own space. You can do what you want with it. Garage is pretty good. Sunstrike. Hey, that happened. It did happen. I was talking about drinking water, and while I was saying that, my bottle ran out, and I was like, ooh, your boy's thirsty. And so I'm sitting there trying to talk and concentrate, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, I could really go for a glass of water. But everyone's having fun, so I'll hang around. But jeepers creepers, I could go for a glass of water. I can talk about it now, because the stream's finished. I wasn't going to moan at the time. This is how I feel about my basement studio. I love that, Michael, but be careful. If you're in a basement, I mean, you don't need to take my advice, but be careful if you're using strong things like epoxies and glazes. You want to make sure that you've got good ventilation for some of those things. I don't want you damaging your brain. No piece of artwork's worth you damaging this great bit of kit you've got right here. So, look after that. Hello from an art teacher from the US. That's cool. Artsy, what's the name? Artsy Moses. If I'm saying that right. Good to have you here. Hello. I remember all my art teachers well. I had Mrs. Buxton, I had Mrs. Dugmore, I had Shay Halsey-Bolsh, I had Miss Kingsley every now and again when she was relieving. But all in all, the person who has the most effect on your art, guys, I've found, is usually your peers. And man, they had a big impact on me. Thank you for the concern. Fortunately, I'm just using printing ink. Fantastic, Michael. Watch out for yourself though, because yeah, some of that stuff can be lethal. I hear some horror stories with it. So I use a lot of artist resin, so like epoxies and glazes, and I have a big kit, the full mask and whatnot. So I don't normally stream when I do it because it's less fun to watch, but maybe it would be fun. I'm in a big mask, so there's less talking. Watch yourself. Wear a mask. Good mask, not just any mask. Like, oh, Michael, how'd your night go? Oh, great, Mum. What'd you get up to? Oh, I got lectured by some random Kiwi on TikTok about wearing masks when I paint in my studio. So, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's important. You should do it. Let's chuck that in there. I'm a special needs teacher in the US who comes from Colombia. I can paint and draw, but not well. Anna, that is fantastic. That is really wholesome. I bet do you draw for the class, or do you get the whole class drawing? Because that's pretty special. I like what you're up to, Anna. Let's get this color down on here. Give me just a second. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. You'll have to excuse me, guys, till I sing a lot of songs, but I don't know the lyrics really to anything I sing. And so I sort of make up my lyrics as I go. And then I hear the real song's lyrics, and I always prefer my own ones. So nothing's worse than me once I've actually heard the song's lyrics, and I keep saying my own ones. So that's where we get to. Love the landscaping. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. I sort of like a lawn like this where the grass isn't too long, but it's been left to grow to its own devices a little bit. So like little wildflowers come up. That's wholesome. I'm not drinking wine today, but if my partner gets back before it gets dark, she'll probably pop her head up there and say, do you want something? And I'll be like, yeah, a little glass of wine. And then she'll bring a little glass of wine down as long as it doesn't get dark before then. So we'll see. It's 5:01 at the moment, so she'll probably work till 6. We'll be here till it gets too dark to see, guys. That's where we'll be at. Singing. Yeah, that's a lot, I suppose. Yeah. But I don't think the neighbours are home. I think we're all right. Should I keep my voice down? What kind of wine? Honestly, I like a, what do I like? What do you like? I like a Syrah, like a rosé. What else do I like? I like a lot of things. I'm not really that picky when it comes to wine. I try to get involved. I love to get involved because everyone else is really excited about it. Wine for me is like rugby or football. I'm excited, everyone else is excited about it. Am I that thrilled by drinking it or been participating in it? Not really. Craft beer, same story. I'm not that thrilled about craft beer. Whiskey, oh, now you're talking. Rum. Rum. You want to go to a rum tasting? I'm your man. I'm in there 101. I love rum. I want to talk about what kind of rums are different. What's spice? What's this? What's that? I want to taste the difference. I'm all about that. Beer and wine, I can pass. I can pass. So, there's that. Alright, now we're going to mix the white now with the blue. What's that going to do? It's going to give me a very, very saturated, lovely cerulean blue, deep cerulean blue. There we go. You see that? That's the colour we've got now. Not whiskey, yuck. Look, I said whiskey, I prefer rum, honestly. Rum's my thing. I'm a spiced rum guy from way back. That's my favourite. Okay, like I said, guys, if you can start to see the picture, then I'm making a mistake. You should not see the picture. You should see wild, cascading brushstrokes building up an abstract texture as number one layer. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. There we go. I would like to get coverage of the wood, but if I don't get it, I don't need it. I just need thick paint, saturated colours, going wild on the screen. That's where I'm at. Yeah, it's actually pretty mild out here, but it's good to wear flip-flops. It's, tis the season, tis the weather. Okay. Now, I don't want to repeat myself over and over again, but I'm going to. Don't see a suit, don't see a man, don't see a woman, don't see a dress, don't see mountains. You've got to see what you actually see. We're painting what we see, not what we want to see. Because no one wants to see what we want to see, they want to see what we actually see. Am I making any sense here? I hope I'm making sense. You got the old school followers in there going, no, he's not making any sense. How much is the shipping? It depends. So shipping on a large piece about this size is about $800 to $900, and then shipping on larger canvases can go all the way up to like $5,000. It gets outrageous. If we roll the canvas, it's pretty cheap. It's about $100 to $200, and these boards, depending on how you frame them, can be less because they're thinner. Shipping is not done so much on weight, it's more about volume. So canvases can actually be more expensive unless you're rolling them, but then you've got a job at the other end to actually get it restretched. And it's sort of cool, you know, when your art arrives, it's in a finished product, you pull it out and it goes on the wall. Because if you're buying it for a gift for someone, then they get it, and you're like, oh, there's your picture. You need to take that to a professional, get it stretched onto a canvas, and then you can appreciate it. It's like, oh, it's my birthday and you've given me a job. So yeah, I like board for that reason, because volume's low so you can share it with the world. Yeah. So a lot of my work you'll see is on boards to try and help with that. If you want to check out more of the work, it should be on my bio on TikTok. So I'm not sure what you click or how you see that, but it should be on your phone there somewhere. And if you want to go to my Instagram, that's there too. If you've got questions and I missed your questions, I'm so sorry. I will message you. Hit me up on Instagram and I will sort you out. So, and don't be surprised if I send a voice message instead, because some of the time I'm doing other things at the same time, so it helps me multitask. So if I'm huffing and puffing and moving things around or painting or doing something and you can hear clattering in the background, just tolerate my voice memo. trying to be as helpful as possible. Here we go. So these fun shapes that we're drawing now, these are the rocks cascading down there. And by golly, they're going to look cool. Because they're actually going to go exploding off the lady in the wedding dress. So she's going to look like she has a sort of explosion coming towards the man in a small way. So that's real funky. Looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Yeah. Not intensely, but enough that makes you go, oh, that's sort of cool. That's where we want to be. That's where we want to be. Yeah. Yeah. All right. There we go. We're making good ground. This blue is exactly the color we wanted, which is fantastic. There we go. Beautiful. 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 Do you have any tips for beginner artists? Oh, so many. No, honestly, first off, take everything with a grain of salt. So I'm going to give you some advice, but be prepared to ignore it. You're your own person, and you've got your own things that you like and dislike in your own style. My advice may be completely irrelevant for you, so be prepared to ignore me, or anyone else for that matter, because, yeah, you do you. And my second piece of advice is exactly that, you do you. So, as a beginner artist, it may not look exactly as you want it to look, but the thing you can control is, did you have fun while you did it? Because at a very simple level, people will be able to tell if you had enjoyment from what you made. And yeah, proliferate that, because if you enjoy it, it'll feel less choresome. And a lot of people are like, oh, I need to get my painting practice in, I need to keep working on my realism. Are you enjoying that? Because realism is a noble pursuit, but make sure you're loving what you're doing. Love every moment of it, because it'll be reflected in the painting. I can tell you, like with my artwork, if you blind tested me with my own art and be like, which ones did he enjoy making? You can almost spot it. There's a certain something in the paint strokes. You're like, he thought that was a job, and he really had fun with that one. There's a freedom, there's an expression, there's a relaxed, fluid nature to brush strokes that are applied from a happy person. So you'll be like, that's cheesy, and I'll be like, yeah, it is. I love how I did, yeah, so I like a plate. I like porcelain. I like the weight in my hand. It's got a lot of pluses to it, you know? Oh, that's cute. There's like a little arrow here. An arrow of like grey that like points directly between their foreheads. It's sort of wholesome. It's going to be a fun little thing to have subtly there. And the good thing about this guy is he's got quite strong features. He's got a good haircut. He's got good face, good solid brow, good colour. Have you thought about opening up classes? I used to do classes, and I'm so sorry if you missed any of them, because I'm a little backed up coming into Christmas because of commissions and things like that. But hopefully in the new year, if there's interest still and all that sort of stuff, we can start doing some fun classes. Classes with me are not intense, guys. They are chill. I want you to bring along some alcohol, something that's fun, some wine, an Irish coffee, rum, whatever you like to have. And I do them on Zoom, so that way you don't need to come to location. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. When they're available again, I'll post about it on Instagram and TikTok, and it'll be on the website. And basically you just join into a Google Meets and we all hang out and have a good time. So I'll tell you when that's starting again, but right now, all I can do is this right here while I try and smash out some commissions prior to Christmas, because I want these people to get their loved ones in their hands in painted form for Christmas. That's the plan, that's the plan. I see some comments about Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross. I think he's a champion. One of my favorite things about Bob Ross, my partner showed me the other night, literally it's him It's a montage of him. Every time he does a painting, he washes the brush and he tells you how he washes it. And he gets it like this, and he slaps it on a thing. He goes, and then you just beat the devil out of it. And he goes, and he gives a little chuckle after it. And that's his little thing. I like it. I shouldn't have done that actually. I don't know if he's got that copyrighted, I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, very cool thing that he does. Big fan. And plus, his only intention, I think everyone can feel it, his only intention was to be there to make everyone happy. That's all he wanted to do. He just wanted people to be happy. So, kudos to Bob Ross. He's been an absolute champion for all of mankind. Do you always use oil paint? This is... Bob Ross for Halloween is crack up. I like your style. I don't use oil paint all the time. Excuse the aircraft. We're doing another swap, so I know I'm going to be back with a baby blue, so I'm going to keep this brush to the side, covered in the blue. They can go down there, and I'm going to start using this little fella. Hello. He cheated on his wife. It's a shocker. I will not follow in Bob Ross's footsteps. You mark my words. Now, this brush here, we have a new brush, and we're going to go on with... Okay, first person to vote gets it. We're going to do either grey or we're going to do orange. As soon as I see a grey or an orange comment, we're doing that. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Why am I painting outside? I like outside. It's fresh. It's nice. Orange, boof, there's our answer. We're doing orange. Or more correctly, Indian yellow, which is, it is orange, but that's what they call it. Oh, someone asked a question about oil paints, so I kept skipping over. I love oil paints, and I always use them outside. Today we're using acrylics. Why are we using acrylics? Because I want it to dry before I put on the glaze coats the day after tomorrow. And you can't put on liquid glass glaze coats when it's oil, because it will take about 3 weeks to dry. We don't have 3 weeks. So we're using acrylics outside, but acrylics and oils both have their own special place. They're good in different ways. You can use acrylics inside and oils outside and keep chopping and changing, and everyone's happy, and that's what I reckon. That's what I reckon. So, almost lost the plate. Right, orange. Orange. Where are we going to put the orange? Here we go. So the temptation is to do a lot of the arms in it. We're going to do it where we think it is. Here we go. Like I was saying, guys, if I am waffling, I'm sorry. But I'm multitasking, so cut me some slack. So, lose a plate, lose balance. Yeah. So I run that risk. I have smashed a plate before, and if I do drop it, like if I'm filming a reel and I'm doing like a trick where I throw the plate up and spin it, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. If in the video I throw it up and I drop it, I put that in the video. So if I drop it, I drop it. And then if I catch it, I own that too. So yeah, mixture. What was I going to say? If you missed it earlier, you can get all the complete artworks are available on the website. That should be a link in my bio, and you can get TikTok, and no, not TikTok, you're on TikTok. Are we on TikTok? We're on TikTok. And Instagram is in the bio as well. So all those things are there for you. If you miss any of these sessions, that's okay. If you really want to be a part of it, but you were working, that happens to some of you, I understand. You can catch them on YouTube. I just grabbed the whole thing off and I just straight onto YouTube. So on YouTube, it's a bunch of episodes, it's all the things we do, and it's just one after the other, full clips of making this work. That's mainly relevant if you're ordering a commission and you want to see it being made. So this lovely lady or this man can come back and watch me being a buffoon and making their lovely picture. That's why we do it. That's why I do what I do. Yeah, YouTube for the win. So YouTube's pretty fun. YouTube's pretty fun. And then yeah, Instagram and TikTok are just full of my silly little reels. Yeah. I've sort of tried to be cool, guys, but I'm not a cool person, so I'm just sort of really just showing you real me, and if you like it, you can stick around. That's what Instagram and TikTok are all about now. Brody, welcome back. Good to have you here now. You were here yesterday. Good to have you. Brody, do you know my best friend's called Brody? And he's an absolute champion. So, just thought I'd share that with you. I'm very, very lucky to have a mate like Brody. A lot of other people go through this world year after year trying to get a friend as good as my friend. But he's my friend and you can't have him. And his name's Brody. Is this painting a side hustle? Do you do it for a living? I do it for a living. I didn't previously, it was a side hustle, but I was letting people down. I was getting too many commissions and the lead times were too long, and it was just you don't want to wait that long for a painting. So I swapped over gradually until now we paint full time for people. Yeah, a lot of commissions, a lot of personal work, a lot of fun here in New Zealand. Will it be good with orange? It'll be fun with orange. Orange is very, very similar in hue to the blues we've already put down. So basically this is just an extension of the same blue we just added, which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. There we go. Imagine all the people living for today. See how everywhere I'm putting orange is usually somewhere where blue's already hanging out, or should have been hanging out. So that's all good. That's all good. Colours will complement each other, Michael. They will. That is true. Do you have a team or are you working with yourself? Leah, I have a couple of helpers. I've got a most of it's me, but my brother helps with the tech side of things. So if you hear a drone in the background sometimes, that's him. Some of those reels on Instagram and TikTok, he helped me do with the drone. And then he helps with the website with some of the plugins and things like that. So I can focus on smashing out as much painting with you guys as humanly possible, which I think is really special. So just family. Just family. Do you ever... Oh, I missed that one. Sorry, guys. Where are you from? This is New Zealand. So we're in Auckland, New Zealand. Painting. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah. And I go live about how often? You guys will be able to tell me better. Probably 2 times every 3 days is the usual go, about that often. And yeah. We're either doing brand new commissions like this one, or we're doing layers on commissions, or we're doing some fun artwork, or we're prepping some canvases. You never know. You never know. It's the Wild West, guys. It's the matter of time before I go back there. Oh, that's sweet of you. I think where you live is probably fantastic. You know where I want to go? Indonesia. Is there anyone from the Philippines here? Because not the Philippines, sorry. Anyone from Indonesia here? Because I love where you're from. I love your beaches, I love your coffee, I love your bars, I love your whole vibe, I love your culture, everything to do with it's fantastic, guys. I love being there, watching it and being a part of it, so that's all I have to say about that. Alright, here we go. One thing you'll notice here too, folks, is we are not spending our entire time on the people. I'm putting as much effort as I put into the people as I do into the background. There. Wait, it doesn't matter if that's vice versa or not. So, Brody, thanks for subscribing. You're an absolute champion. I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. Right, so I don't want a painting, or we don't want a painting, that's awkwardly a subject in the middle and a background that's just sort of in there for the sake of it. If you're going to do that with your background, I suggest, or I like to zoom right into the subject so you don't have a background at all. This guy seems self-absorbed. I'm sorry. I try not to be. Oh well. I just want to share love with you guys, that's all. So, if that's the case with your artwork, one thing I suggest is doing as much attention and detail in the background as in the foreground. It's a little bit niggly because you want to focus on the subject, but what you can do with that is later on when you've finished it, all the artwork will have the same amount of texture and colour and expression in it, so when your eyes wander off the main subject, it all comes back to the middle and everyone's happy. You're doing a great job. Mr. Pac-Man, you're an absolute champion. I really appreciate you. I will do just that. He's actually nice and chill. Guys, I love you. That's right. Yeah. I'll be honest, I was battling through it, but I was a little bit down on that comment, but you've brought me back, so I'm feeling good again. So, thank you. And if you were having a down day and I put a bit of positive vibes into your day, thank you so much, because that's sort of what I want to do here. I want to share this craft with you guys, and we can all share together and do our thing. I usually say it at the end, but I'll say it now, that painting can be quite a lonely endeavour if you're a painter, and it's absolutely. So if you get the opportunity to actually share it or be around people while you do it, whether that's an art school or with your friends and family, then that's a really fun opportunity, because yeah, if you do pursue painting, or if you do a lot of realism art, there's a lot of time by yourself doing quite finicky, smaller bits. And so to involve people is really, really special. And if you are a realism painter who does it in isolation a lot, you'll need to push for that and you know, figure out ways to involve people. Even if you are an introvert. Yeah. Because it's good. It's dark here in USA. Well, it'll be light tomorrow. I don't know, what time is it? Isn't it in the States right now? What time? It's 5:30 here. So it's 5:30 in New Zealand, in Auckland. And we've got enough light at the moment. We'll have enough light for a while, but we've got one interesting catch. I'm going to turn on the light on my phone a little bit, because 20%. Ooh, but now comments. So on, and we're just gonna run with it. Was that some familiar crowds there? Wild buck hunter, and Nashville's amazing. Nashville's got everything going for it. We stayed in a Holiday Inn. We went to a barbecue house. Let's bring back some good memories. Good for you being from Nashville. That is phenomenal. Ooh, 425 from the UK. That is wild. Welcome to the stream. 425 in Portugal. That is crazy, guys. Thanks for being here. That is wild. I know you've read about this lady. Her name is Grandma Rose. She painted at... I'm not sure. I'm lost there. Ryan, hello. So great to go through. That's cool. Is that Kimberly? Yeah, fantastic. One weird thing is I haven't seen any of our OGs. If you are there and you've made comments but I've missed them, I am sorry. Yeah, I did a roll call yesterday. We've got Kayla, we've got Brody, we've got Dancing Dino, we've got Lucy, we've got MJ, we've got Justin, we've got Johnny. I saw Johnny at the very start, but he probably had to run off to work, so sorry if I just read something I read on Google, but that's all good, Aaron. That's pretty funny. I was like, I want to answer Aaron's question, but I'm so lost and confused. So that's sort of wholesome. Yeah. So if the OGs are here and I've missed your comments, I'm so sorry. And 2, thanks for the roses. You're phenomenal. Gonna be out of here too. MJ gonna be out of here too. Oh. Yeah, but it's fun because there's back when I started, there was just a few people leaping on and hanging out, and yeah, 660 style. God, remember the OGs. so they're cool. Yeah, wholesome. Bing bung bung. And also this rock formation here, guys, it's sort of actually, without even forcing it, explodes off the suit. So the whole picture, the photographer's done a phenomenal job with this photo because the whole picture explodes out from the 2 characters. This whole background has textural lines heading out in all directions. So for painting wise, that really creates the focal point in the middle, which is, yeah, huge kudos to the photographer here, because I'm going to look really, really good with what I make here, and I'll take all the credit for it, but actually it's entirely in the picture this photographer's taken in terms of how they've actually shaped the background and with the characters. So that's phenomenal. Thank you so much, Eva. I appreciate the balloons. Such a Kiwi house, but yeah, classic. I got the Oakley top from a Rebel Sports shop on sale for $20, down from $70. On clearance, and I got the pants in Chicago from an op shop. It's a second-hand shop for $8 American, and I got the Jandals in the States about 4 years ago, and they still look brand new. They're eco, and I got them for $20 US. So it's a Kiwi outfit because the whole thing was assembled for cheap. But I love Oakley. Oakley's a fun brand. You should go op shopping and get some plates. That's exactly where I get them from, Mika. So this plate here, if you've been watching since the start, I actually stole from the house, but I'm gonna wash it and put it back. And but usually I grab the plates from an op shop. So if you are gonna grab your plates from the op shop, just one little thing. Try and grab the ugliest plates you can find, especially ones with chips in them. And the reason you want to grab those plates is because that allows anyone else who actually genuinely wants plates in their home to eat with to get the nicer ones. And you can use the cheaper, uglier ones that were probably not going to go anywhere for your painting. And that makes them recycle, it puts money into second-hand shops, and everyone wins. But yeah, the temptation when you go in there, because you want nice plates to paint with, is because they all cost like absolute pebbles, is to buy the nice ones. Leave the nice ones for someone else. Yeah, and when you get that ugly looking plate with the weird pattern around the outside and things, just be stoked that someone else got a nice looking plate to eat off. Yeah. This one here actually is perfect. It's got a chip over here, so this would be an ideal one to pick up. Yeah. Oh, and if it's acrylic paint too, guys, you've got the opportunity to, if it's acrylic paint, you've got the opportunity to, wait while I just reconnect with my wavelength, wash the plate, hot water, scrub it, it's done and dusted. But yeah, if you've got an army of cheap plates that no one else in the whole world wants, just go to town. It's sort of fun not having too much of a cleanup, to be honest. That's what I reckon. Hi from Kazakhstan. Welcome to the stream. You are the first person from Kazakhstan I've seen on here. So you are more than welcome to be here. Where are you and what's the time over there? 5:30 New Zealand. This is Auckland. This is Auckland. Now, if there's anyone new here, we're painting a couple very much in love. This is their wedding photo. You don't want to be able to see them yet. It's abstract. We want to start in a very abstract place, and then we want to bring it to realism. And I want lots of wild colors. The next one we go into is red, which is going to be a lot of fun. Malaysia, welcome. Is that Romania? Welcome. Yeah, lots of wild colors. And then when we start coming in with more detail later, these underlying saturated wild colors will always be hanging out there. If you want to see what work will look like when it's finished, you can jump on my website or Instagram. They're both in my bio. I'm not sure how you get there from the stream, but you've got that option. So that's wholesome. Sorry if I say wholesome too much. I get told I say wholesome too much. I was made aware of it about 24 hours ago, so I'm still very much in my remission phase. Remission? Addiction. I haven't fixed it yet. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna say it less, but bear with me, guys. It'll take time. Squat down here. There we go. Now we're talking. Cool. That's our orange done. A positive word palette. That's mean. He is reading my message. Oh my god. Did I read your message before, or am I reading that and that? I'm confused. I like your style. Brody. Hello, Brody. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. That's a great song as well. Lionel Richie, I think. And if you watch the video clip, they're in like a sculpture class. And she's blind and he's really into her, and he doesn't know if she's into him, and then he goes into the sculpture class and she sculpted his face, and it's like, yeah, it's quite wholesome, it's special. I liked it. Do you know a Brody Walker? No, I don't, but that is a cool last name for a person called Brody. Brody Walker. That's a guy who can fire a 6-shooter, I reckon. That is a man from the Wild West. That is a man who, yeah, he doesn't take no for an answer, he gives no for an answer. You're so, oh, thanks, mate. Isn't it quite risky doing commissions outdoors with no shelter? Yes, well, no. This with acrylic, definitely, because rain can come down, but I'm pretty confident we're okay right now. Because we're going to build up with a lot of layers, it won't matter too much. And if it was oils, we've got a huge margin of error because the oils will resist the water for a while. It might start spitting, but it'll be all right. Like I say, we've got so many layers to go. If it joins in and gets pretty wet on one of the layers, we'll see. Now, also guys, this painting here, we're going to move more into the pinks and blues and purples and those more, how do I explain it? It's in a reel. There's a horse and a girl who are like touching nose to nose, and it's at a stage there where it's like pink, purple and blue. We're going to do that with this one. But at the start, we don't do that. We use all the random colors because we want all those underlying colors underneath swirling around. And then we'll come back to the pink, blue and purple. Who paints with a belt on? This guy. Because why would, I mean, you're painting, you're standing up, you still need to keep your pants up, you need a belt, this is the thing. No, Anne P. Nirvana, I do not. I should, no I shouldn't. I like being wild from the very start, so I like getting things in the wrong place. I like starting the first layer knowing I'm going to get things in the wrong place and have to move them later on, because that allows me to be free, that allows me to loosen up and really, really enjoy putting down paint in the early layers. Because what can happen is you can get so caught up trying to make it all exact that you don't enjoy the early layers. And if you don't enjoy the early layers, how are you supposed to come back later and enjoy the later layers? Like, it's madness. You've got to find a way to enjoy the painting from start to finish. And I find making a bunch of mistakes at the start is the best way to do it. Thanks, guys. What's my secret? I think I've got an amazing partner who feeds me well. That will be the secret. There we go. Head there. Here we go. So we're just gonna see here, if you look at these faces, we've actually missed a little bit. They're not quite touching, so they're going to actually move closer to each other, because this space here is going to be face. So she's at the moment got her neck quite like here, but she needs to be here. See the difference there in this picture here? I've built her back perfectly straight. It's not quite. Her head comes forward a little bit towards her husband, so we'll catch that. We'll catch it. Let me see here. What's the weather like over there? Well, that's a good question, actually. Where? Cloudy, but we're okay. We're okay. I'll tell you my partner's name. I will save it though, because I'm not sure if that's her privacy or not. If she comes home and comes on down with a glass of rosé, you're welcome to pester her for it. But I'll tell you everything about me though. You can know everything about me. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. I love red. I love it. It's going to rain tomorrow. If it's going to rain tomorrow, that's okay. Now, I might not be on live tomorrow, guys. This may be the last one I do for the next 48 hours. And then when I go live next, we'll be doing the glazing of all these works to then put another coat on. Where do you find inspiration for your pieces? Woo. Woo. Inspiration. I find inspiration, I think I write about inspiration and the why and what I'm trying to do on my about page on the website. So I try to be as honest with you guys as possible. If I wasn't honest, this would be exhausting. I try and be as authentic as possible, act like me as much as possible, and yeah. So if you go onto the website, which the link is in the bio there, there's a about page. There's only 3 pages on the website: about, contact, and store. But on the about page, I give a big blurb of, yeah, basically how I got here, why I'm here, why I'm still here, all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, it's pretty raw, it's pretty wholesome. Hope you like it. Like I say, I try to be honest. I paint like I'm in a wheelchair. I mean, people in wheelchairs make some pretty cool artwork. I've seen some stuff. So yeah, you could be pretty up there. Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. There we go. Okay. Adding in the colors one at a time. Dun, 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 dun. Don't be afraid to add big, bold strokes into the background. There we go. That's where that can go. Big, messy, bold colors. What a win. Thank you for the rose. You were both champions. Are there any pieces you could purchase? Of course there are. So there's pieces available on the website for purchase. The one thing that'll get you is shipping. Shipping's quite pricey. And there are the ability to order commissions via the website too. So there's sizes available and things like that. Or you can hang out here with me and just enjoy me painting for you. Just hang out here. Just the two of us. The suit's blue, but we don't have to just make it blue. We can do whatever we want with it. Of course, we are going to make it, like I say, those pinks and purples and blues, but right now we're talking about underlying textures, and they can be fun. Is that MDF you're painting on, Gary? It's not. So I gave this yarn earlier, but I'll give it to you one more time. Sorry if you were around for it before. You want to paint on masonite. It's called hardwood. It's like MDF, but it's darker. It's got no additives, so it won't get affected as time rolls by, and it'll stay as good as new for basically into infinity, as long as the paint will last. So if you're going to paint on something, MDF won't last too well. It's got stuff in it that makes it MDF, chemicals and stuff. Thanks, Alex. You're an absolute champion. So if you use hardwood hardwood will last really well. It's got a really flat surface to work on. It's less dusty. One coat of gesso on a hardboard and it's ready to go. And this one here's got transparent gesso on it, so that's why you can't see it. Yes. Are you artist? I am artist. Okay, now we're trying to do this guy's face, but without acknowledging that it's a face. That's the most important thing, guys. We're not here to see faces. This is abstract layers. We want to just... There we go. Now we're talking. And that sort of crosses over onto her forehead there. And that goes down her nose there a little bit. And that goes onto her cheek there a little bit. And her chin there, which pitches out there but comes up here. And then her head there. And then around here. And then down here. Now we're talking. His nose touches her nose there. So we're pulling the faces towards each other. So if it looks like the face is getting a little bit more, that's okay, guys. That's what's, because we've made a happy little mistake. The faces are just too far apart. So the colours are going to pull them closer, layer by layer, and it's all going to be okay. It's going to be a-okay. Yes. So Kiwi, sorry, from New Zealand. Kiwi from New Zealand. This is Auckland. And this is a lovely commission of a married couple, and it's a photo. It's hanging from a stick over here. You can just see it probably. And that's what we're up to. Adding the reds. How fun's that? How's the picture staying there? It's hanging on a stick that I've taped to the back of the hardboard and then taped to the picture. So, talk about Kiwi ingenuity, right? Can you paint without a photo prototype? I always struggle with that. I can. It goes pretty abstract. Having a picture's fun to work off. You don't have to follow the picture to a T, but it's good to have an anchor. Paint's so wild and raw, so having something that anchors you to your style is pretty cool. I have never met Jazz Thornton, but sounds like a lovely person. It's right, you can go get a yeah, thanks Shelby. So there is a website that you can get a quote off. There's a commission thing there. If the commission sizes don't work for you, or perhaps you live somewhere obscure, message me directly on Instagram or via the contact page on the website and we can sort you out. So there's a bunch of ways to do that. It should be in my bio, guys. So if you want to check out the website or my Instagram, that's where you'll find it. That's fun. Whew. I'm crying a bit. Girl, need to calm down. I'm struggling to understand some of these comments, but it's because I'm leaping in and out. I'm not quite sure what's happening. As long as we're all showing each other life. Let's all be happy, guys. Yeah. Here we go. We're almost finished with the red. Once we're done with the red, we're going to move on to black. Are we going to do black? No, we're going to do grey. Grey is going to be the next one. There's the palette. You're welcome. I think, I'm not sure, but I'm going to leap in here and try my best. Oh, no, I'm missing it. No. Excuse me, sorry guys. There we go. I think, I'm sorry if I grabbed the wrong person. Can you make that disappear? I'm really trying to focus. Oh, I think I did, Alex. I think I sorted it. But if I grabbed the wrong person, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And I know it's annoying, guys. I am trying to get figure out how to use the moderator thing. So next time, hopefully, I will have it sorted. So What happened to the one with 3 kids? That's still on the go. That's in the studio, so that's inside in Auckland. And that one will get done. That one's ready to get its coat of glaze on top, and then we'll put more paint on top of that. So right now, it's waiting for this one to catch up with it, which this one's looking pretty cool. It's catching up pretty well. It's catching up pretty well. Boom, 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 boom. How long have you been painting for? Winter. I've been painting for, well, since I was like, jeepers, about 2 years old, on and off. How long have I been painting a lot for? Probably like since last 3 years. But I think the first COVID lockdown really sent me into it some more. So that's where we're at. As long as we're all showing each other some love, guys, let's all just be nice. Let's all just be friendly to each other. There we go. So this hand actually comes in there. That needs temptations to put red in there, but that's actually a white patch, so we're going to wait on that. And then we're going to come up here, a bit more red up here. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Alright. Those aren't art questions, but that one is, what do you do with your images? Do you sell it? So this one here is commission. So this one here, I think it's the lady in the shot, or at least she's asked for the shot. So I'm thinking it's this lady. That's what I'm imagining and concocting in my head as the story. And yeah, most of it's commissions, some of it's not. So if you would like to, there's not really any more time before Christmas now, but if you'd like an artwork for like mid-January-ish time, now's the time to leap on board and I can get you sorted. Brody, thanks for the hat, you're a champion. So you can do it via the commissions page on the website in my bio, or you can go onto Instagram and message me direct and we can figure out a plan that works best for you. I do. So these are all your options. Champion. Thanks, Brody. Do the Gangnam style. I am painting, excuse me. I am busy. But you know what? If we're good friends and we go out to town together and we've had a few rounds and then the dance floor's going and we go out to the dance floor and then the Gangnam style song comes on, I think it's highly likely that I'll do the Gangnam style. But right now, we'll hold fire. How long have I been painting? How long ago did we start this one? Has anyone been here since the start? Because if you have been, you'll know the best, but I think it's been like 3 or 4, no, 2 hours, 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, surely 1.5. I don't know, sorry guys. I don't know. If the commission, how much input do you get? Fat boy, you get pretty much all the input. So I'm really flexible. You know my style, you know the way I work, and so basically we can do it how you want it, because I want to combine what you want with the style that I have so we can make something that you will really love. There's someone I'm talking to at the moment who wants a bag painted, so I'll do anything. Like as long as it's, yeah. Anyway, that vine keeps hitting your head and needs to be trimmed. I think I pulled this one. This one here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'll tuck it up over here. There we go. Yeah. I don't sing. I'm so sorry, but that piece is coming on beautifully. Love the colours. Got to go. Good night. Oh, we'll see you later. But wait, I recognise that profile picture. Shine Leewell. Shine Leewell. I forget the name. I can't say the name. But recognise, and thanks for joining in. Absolute pleasure to have you here. Ashton, did I sing? I do not sing. I just talk. How boring is that, right? All right. Brody, thank you for the roses. You're a champion. Rose, why do you use plates as a thing? I like to use plates. It spins around your hand real nicely, like that. And it's weighted really well, and porcelain's great to paint on. It's white, the paint dries on it really nicely, it mixes nicely. There's really nothing to lose here, so it's all beer and skittles. It's really cool. Do you do other stuff other than wedding stuff? Yes, so this is the first wedding one that we've done this year for commissions. So usually I'm doing grandparents, children, scenes, landscapes, all sorts. Probably my favorite. I love doing grandparents because there's a lot of expression and fun to be had in the wrinkles of the face. But yeah, grandparents are fun to paint. Portraits of grandparents, which sounds like it wouldn't be the most exciting subject matter, but it actually is pretty fun. Pretty fun. There we go. Now we're talking. So guys, we're not trying to see a face here. We're putting in colours where we see colours, and we will let the page slowly decide how it forms. This piece is coming on beautifully. I love the colours. Oh, all right, sorry. I think I read that comment. Oh my God, sorry guys. It hasn't been updating itself. I've been reading old comments. I'm back. I'm so sorry. I missed a lot. Does your partner do any paint things? No, she doesn't, but she's very supportive of me doing it. So that's perfect, right? Do you do crate day, my friend? Mooney, I'll tell you what day is crate day? Because that could be pretty fun. We could, I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing for crate day, but we could do a stream on crate day. And I could try and see how much of a crate I can get through while I finish a piece of artwork. Looks great. He nearly finished. Is he? No, we're not nearly finished. So we're going to put down, this is the base coat. It's wild, it's free, the colors are expressive. And then I'm going to come back with a liquid coat of glass over the top, which is going to cover the texture completely. It's still going to be there, but it's going to be covered in a way that makes it perfectly flat again. I'll paint on that. I'll do it again. I'll paint on that, and then I've got some bad news though, guys. My phone is on 10%, so we went from 20 earlier. We're now down on 10. We are running out of gas. We'll be here for a bit longer, but if it cuts out randomly, I wasn't abandoning you. My phone just died. So this is a reality that we're about to have to walk through. Dun, 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 dun. Nah, last Saturday, correct. Where are you? I think pink would be lovely next. Alicia, pink is on the card. So once we get you'll notice that it's base colours at the moment. So we've got the reds, the yellows, and the blues. So we're going to build the primary layer with that. The next layer is going to be our pinks, blues, and purples. And then we're going to put a layer on that. And then we're going to move on to our white and black touch-ups, the last little bits of details. So that way, the whole thing will come together. That's the plan. I think that's a good plan. I hope you like my plan. I think it's a great plan. I'm excited for this fantastic plan to come together. It's got everything a good plan needs. Obviously, guys, like I was saying earlier though, paintings are not linear. This could go in all sorts of directions. But right now, the plan we've got is pretty sound. Because although we want to finish it with a lot of pinks and blues and purples, we still want these greens and yellows and baby blues and reds to show through in a really wholesome, fun way. I want to watch this plan. Shady, you will get the opportunity. You're doing it right now. You're part of the plan. You're in the know. Ashton, I'm so sorry you need to leave, but you know what? There's a big wild world out there, and you can go be a part of it. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. So, here we go. Like I was saying, guys, we've sort of neglected these bottom corners here at the moment, so I'm just going to hit these up with a bit more paint. Do not neglect the bottom corners. There we go. Perfectos. And then down this one we have the suit. And coming up here, and then we have lots of this here. There we go. Lots of colour. Perfect. I'm going to get a little bit of this orange. We're going to mix it with the blue. We're going to make a musty green. I'm going to throw that in here. Put it right in between there. That's where we want it. Now you are talking. More in here. You get a real messy outcome here because it's going to mix with the blue, mix with the red, mix with the yellow. We get sort of double layering of wildness. Perfect. Very intentional wildness, crazy going through there. And then I'd be lying to you if I didn't. I'm going to go do my homework. So the homework is I'm going to come down the side of the canvas here, the board, and I'm going to put the blue paint right over the edge, down to the bottom. There we go, right the way down. That's what it needs, all the way down. And then a little bit up here, doing my homework. This isn't necessary, guys. The board's going to be framed, but this is important because long term protects the board. It stops any moisture from slowly over long periods of time from getting in there. If the frame is removed, it's just good. It's good to do. I'm a fan. There we go. Perfect. We're in a good place there, guys. Very good place. Wait, blue and orange makes green. So it's more of a yellow oxide. So if you look at this here, you've got the dark blue here that we were using. You've got the yellow oxide around here, and then you can see here, this is the green that I've got. It's kind of a swamp, not a swampy green, but it's actually pretty close to this green. So there's it on top there. It's green. I love this wild style you have going on. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Your ideas have helped. That's good, John. I'm glad. That's why we're here. Have you been to Australia? I have been to Australia. I transited Australia recently, which was fun. Right, I need grey. I told you I was going to use grey. I'm definitely going to use grey. I'm not just going to spend this whole session telling you I'm going to use grey and then not use grey. That would be outrageous. But looks like I'm going to change the plan, guys. I'm going to change the plan. We're going to go for, I saw a comment earlier about pink. So I'm going to go with red, mix it with white, make myself a salmonish color, and the same tone as the grey was going to be, but it's going to be salmon instead. See where that takes us. Pink, yes indeed. Are you married? I'm not married. I'm married to the world of art. No, I'm not. I'm not married. Here we go. But I am taken. So, is that? Here we go. This is quite a cool color, guys. It's a skin tone color, but we're going to try and relax and not use it too much as a skin tone. That's not what we're here to do with it. We're here to smash up that background with it. Here we go. Hello. Up through here. This whole shooting box. That's what we want. How are we on light at the moment, guys? I think we're doing pretty well. There we go. Now we're talking. Gonna really get this in there. There we go. Get it all over these rock faces here. Lots and lots of big, thick brush strokes. There we go. And that's what we're after. This is going to form the shape of the image. Neutralize the bright red. Yes, it will do that. It will. And I'm applying it really thick as well. So if you stand in front of the work, the pink's going to take a lot of attention, which is good. That's what we want. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. And down here, we're going to slap it all through here as well. This is where we want it. All the way down here. All the way down here. Here. Around here. Down here. There we go. Now we're looking the part. We go into coverage here too, guys. I want a full coat on it because if it's fully covered, it'll make the glass layer go down even better. So there's an element of that which we're playing with. And oh look, here we go. This is, I've been waiting a long time for this stroke. Here we go. Up through here, down. Perfect. You cannot write stories on more accurate strokes than that. That is what we're after. Down through here for the hand. 2 strokes there. Not trying to create definition here, but we are starting to see a few things pop up in this image, which is pretty wholesome. I'm going to put a little bit on that collar piece as well. Coming around here, a little bit on top. Perfectos. Hello, welcome guys. Welcome. The paint is wet. We're doing wet on wet at the moment, so that's when we don't get the paint long enough to dry. We are literally chucking wet paint on wet paint. See where that takes us. Now we're talking. So we're letting the paint just go where we can tell that it goes in the image. Painting what we can see, not what we think we can see. It's really important. The end result will forgive us, even if the current result doesn't look like exactly what we want. Here we go. Up in here, there, mixing with a little bit of blue. Doesn't matter, looks cool. Big fan. Through here. I'm going to come down through this part here. Now we're talking to it. This is where we want it to go. We want more of that pink coming into all these little areas. Now we're talking. There we go. Now in here, this area here needs, this guy's got this collar on here, we don't acknowledge that. That's all red up through here, we'll grab that. And we'll come through here, just like that. Over here, this guy's got this color coming in here. I'm gonna look around just a second, guys. I'm almost there. I just wanna get this, I really wanna nail this part there. Perfect. That last stroke that we put down was just on the money. I thought it would be exaggerated and heavy, but it's coming out light and beautiful. Thank you. And I appreciate you letting it happen. So watching the process through, because if you were thinking that comment to start with, you saying that might have thrown me in the wrong direction, but you let me follow the process and you love the result. So I appreciate you allowing me to see where I can go to with it. Such a nice dream to watch after a stressful day at work. You'll say, hey, thanks, Tyson. Sorry to hear about work, but hey, really appreciate you being here. And hello, Monkey Time. Welcome, Monkey Time. Right. We're getting to a good place here, guys. We've got almost full coverage, which is what we've been dreaming about when we started this painting. Full coverage was the goal, full coverage was the game. We're almost there. Okay, the dress has a texture on it. We're not going to paint exactly, or we're going to put down paint, but we're not going to start to just see patterns. We're going to see what paint we see. So it's going to end up splotchy, and a pattern will slowly emerge, but it'll emerge in its own time. We're not going to force a pattern out. If we, at certain points, see the pattern is more relevant than everything else, we'll paint it. If we don't, we won't. Perfect. Alright, give me just a moment to stare at it, guys. I'm going to see what colour we need next. Just going to flick this to the side here. Yep, so we're looking pretty good on the colour front there. We're looking pretty good. I think that's where we're going to pause this one. I think that's us, team. So the reason why we pause it there is if I keep adding more paint, it'll ooh, but do I want to add more? I kind of do. No, it's at the right place now. So what we do next with this one, I'll just put down my paint palette. There's our end result. That's our plate. Hello. And the brush. So we've got 3 brushes that we use. If you were here for the start, I will give you the rundown. We started with a big fat brush with dark colors. We did the big, bold, dark shapes we could see. Once we'd done that, we moved on to slightly lighter colors and more fun saturated colors with a medium-sized brush. Still a fairly big brush. Like, this brush is as thick, if not thicker than my thumb. This is quite a big brush. And then to finish off with, we didn't go down right to a small brush, because remember, it's still layer 1. We moved to a sort of a medium-sized brush, same size as my thumb, if I show you there. So, and that's where we finish here. So up close, there is no detail. And then we have the 1 paint tray. So that's our whole shooting box. This is what I need to clean up. But the end result here, like I said, really messy. We wanted saturation. I wanted to get abstraction in there, because this here leaves a lovely base coat to then come in with the colors we actually want to see, and then finish off with a coming into detail. So that's what we're up to here. Yeah, it's good to go. Anyway, thank you. Do you do any realistic art that isn't abstract? I used to. Used to do a bit of realistic art, but I really prefer to do it like this. This is really, this is fun. This is me. you'll feel more more energy and more pleasure in this sort of work than you'll feel from my realistic works, because you'll know that I really enjoyed myself when I made this, and so it will really, I feel like it feeds across. You'll feel it more. Is this painting me? It's not me. It's not me, I wish. It's, who's that? It's the lady who asked for a commission. So, her and her husband, yeah, very cool photo. I was saying earlier that the photographer did a fantastic job, because the photographers position it in a way where all the textures run outwards from the person. So in that sense, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But now I see a photo, and yeah, so as the next two layers go on, we'll really see it start to take proper shape. And we're never going to lose this layer though, guys. What's going to happen is we're going to put the liquid glass on top, which is going to act about 6 mil, so about 1/4 of an inch thick. So on different angles, you'll be able to see through this coat, through this lovely glass. So that's part of the fun of the art. So you see the work on the website, you see the work here, but when you see it in person, it takes on different shapes from different angles, which really make it special to be in a room and to look at over and over again, because you'll keep seeing new things, hopefully. I do anyway, so I hope you do as well. Do what you love. I love that, Axel. Do exactly that. Yeah. Alright, guys. Also, you should go... I'm never going on Love Island. That's never happening. Mainly because I'm not cool enough. But anyway, we're done here. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to wash my hands, wash my palette, wash my brushes, and do my thing. With a bit of luck, I will be back tomorrow, but we'll have to see. It's my partner's birthday, and so she takes priority for the entire day. And if there's space in between, I might come see you guys, and we'll do a coat on some paint. But apart from that, thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are in the world, it's 6:15 p.m. here, so wherever you're joining me from, have a great day or a great night. Some people it's like 4:30 in the morning, which is wild. Bye, Seb. Dan, I'll catch you later, and thanks. I'll send the wishes. Yeah, I wish I could, but you're just stuck in this little box with me. So you're all the best, and I wish you all the very best for the rest of the night. I will see you all when I see you. Thanks for joining, you bunch of fantastic individuals.